If you've ever found yourself wanting to go thrifting, getting so overwhelmed and leaving with absolutely nothing in your cart, or if you want to start thrifting but you don't know where to start, this video is for you. In today's video, I'm going to walk you through 10 tips to start becoming a thrifting pro ninja. Ninjas are swift, they are precise, and they are experts. And by the end of this video, you're going to have all three of those skills when you walk into a thrift store. Thrifting has really blown up over the past 10 years. What used to be a store for us to go to just to find a household item at a cheaper price has now become a full-blown vibe. From thrifting for cute clothes and aesthetic to cute frames and glassware, resellers, antiques. It's such a beautiful trend, and I am so here for it, obviously, because this is my channel. I've been thrifting for 5 years, and it's taken me a long time, a lot of trial and error of what works, what doesn't. Be sure to watch the whole video through because I throw in tips that I have heard no one ever talk about on YouTube. I'm so excited to share with you. So let's dive in. So tip number 1 to go thrifting, you need to prepare your body. Thrift shopping is a lot different than going to, say, Target or Walmart, where you don't have to put as much mental energy in finding something because it's all curated on the shelves. Thrifting, it's a workout. You have to be ready to walk around, to squat, to bend, to lift things, to move things, and that is going to exhaust you. Be sure to drink water, eat some food, take your medicine, take your mental health medicine, favorite headache medicine. That doesn't mean you're going to get a headache while you're there, but if you're not drinking enough water, you could. So bring some Excedrin, bring some Advil, you get the gist. Tip number 2, dress comfortable and or dress aesthetically. So here's the thing. A lot of thrift stores do not allow you to try on the clothes, and I totally get that, especially with COVID. So what I've seen girls do now is they wear tighter clothing, like a onesie or a romper, so they can put clothes over and try them on. Now, I am a plus-size girl. I am curvy. Putting clothes on at the thrift store makes me very self-conscious, especially when people are looking at me. I just do not want to do that. So I either dress really comfortable or I dress aesthetically. Now, what do I mean by aesthetic? I'm a cottagecore girly. I love all things cottagecore. And so if I dress aesthetically, it's kind of like that reminder, that anchor of what my style is. It's easy to go into a thrift store and find a shirt you like and pants, and you're just grabbing and then you realize this is not my style. When you dress aesthetic, it's just giving yourself that purpose, that reassurance that you know your style and you're not just gonna grab whatever floats in front of you. Tip number 3, bring your headphones. I don't know what has gotten into Goodwill and these thrift stores recently, but they blare the music. And if you're anything like me, oversensitive or a highly sensitive person, noise and sound just puts me instantly, if it is too loud, into a space of overwhelm. And I don't need that when I'm going shopping. So I put my headphones in. They are noise canceling AirPods, and that is so much more helpful. Sometimes I'll play classical music. Sometimes I play Taylor Swift, something that puts me in a calm state. So I do recommend bringing your own headphones. Tip number 4 is to pick your day. I am all for spontaneous thrift trips. I think those are so fun when you're just out with your friends, like, hey, what do you want to do? Let's go thrifting. Or when you're on vacation and you're traveling and you want to stop at a thrift store. That is completely fine. Do not go on the weekends. Do not go on days where everything is half off because it's just not worth the overwhelm. Trust me. Just go on a weekday. The best days to go to a thrift store are on the weekdays, preferably like a Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, an hour or two after they open up. So like today, I went thrifting. I found beautiful items. There were not a lot of people there. It's Wednesday and it was great. I loved it. There were so many fun items and I wasn't overwhelmed by the amount of people there. The next tip is to create a mood board or Pinterest board or a checklist in your phone. I like to physically print out a checklist with the items I'm looking for. That way I stay on track. I don't do this every time and you don't need to do this every time, have a printable list, but it does help to have an idea of what you're looking for in the thrift store so you're not aimlessly perusing the aisles. Okay, come close. I have a bougie bonus tip for you. If you have the time, take a picture of your thrifted home decor items and maybe create a board for it, make a collage in your phone so all your items are on one photo. That way when you go to the thrift store, you can see, okay, I have 10 teacups. I have 15 plates. I'm not needing any more right now. So that's a helpful way to just stay on track and make sure you're not over consuming at the thrift store. This is highly controversial, that word. Okay. You get where I'm coming from. And there might be some comments down below on this. I don't recommend shopping the color of the day at Goodwill. Now, hear me out, okay? Hear me out. I feel your fingers getting ready to go in the comments. I love when I find something at the thrift store that's the color of the day. So Goodwill has a color. It could be like a purple tag, pink tag, green tag, and then it's half off. I can't tell you how many times I've gone to the thrift store and I've heard people complaining that none of their items are the color of the day. And it can really put you in a sour mood if the color of the day is orange and all your items have blue tags. It's like, man, this wasn't a good thrift. That's not necessarily the case. Not everything that you love is going to be the color of the day, and you might pass up items because they're not the color of the day, or you might get something because it is the color of the day and you feel like you can't leave without getting that item because it's such a good deal. The color of the day at Goodwill is a cherry on top. If you are checking out and you love an item and it's the color of the day, great, that's awesome, but make it an exception and not the rule when you go thrifting. My next tip, don't thrift what you think you should thrift. Thrift what brings you joy. I know there is a huge market for Levi jeans and Lululemon and finding Free People dupes, but I'm going to encourage you to thrift what you want to thrift. If you don't want to thrift jeans, don't thrift jeans. I don't like to thrift jeans, especially as a plus size girl. Like, even looking at that fabric just makes me freak out a little bit. Instantly get overwhelmed if I'm looking at jeans. I'm also very short. I'm 5'2". So a lot of those jeans are not petite. They wouldn't even fit me. I'd have to go get them altered. I don't like to buy clothes at a thrift store that I have to alter. So maybe the trend is thrifting Y2K clothes, or it's the girly aesthetic or grandma core. Those are fun, but I want you to think to yourself, am I thrifting this because I really like it and it's in alignment with my authenticity, or am I just thrifting it because it's the popular thing? It's okay if you want to thrift it because it's a popular thing, but ask yourself, am I thrifting this because I should, or am I thrifting it because I actually really like it? The next tip I have for you is to thrift colors and fabric. This is very helpful, especially when it comes to clothing or even linen, like if you're looking for curtains or blankets, because this will make the thrifting trip so much more relaxing than looking at the whole rack. Thrift your favorite color. I would highly encourage you to go for color first and then thrift fabric. I would stay away from polyester. I would stay away from suede. Suede is very expensive to clean. And even linen. I know linen is a really nice fabric, but it wrinkles easily, and the maintenance of linen, having to iron it, is kind of a pain in the butt. So I would recommend staying clear of like maybe 100% linen. I would look for cotton blends or cotton linen blends. That's what I look for, and that really helps me narrow down my focus when I'm shopping for clothes. Okay, come on in. We have another bonus bougie tip. If you find an item that fits the color and it fits the fabric, put that item up to the overhead lights, check for any holes. This is a great tip that I heard about 3 years ago, and I do it with items that I absolutely love. I just want to make sure that there's no holes in the clothes. The next tip is to bring a magnet with you to check your metals. When you're in the home decor section and you're looking in the brass section and the ceramic section and the china and all that good stuff, if you are shopping for gold, silver, or brass, those metals are non-magnetic. So if you bring a magnet, you can check for fakes and spot them a little bit easier. If you don't care and you're going for an aesthetic, that is completely fine. But I know some people, when they thrift, they want to know, is this real silver? Is this real brass? The magnet is a great way to do this. My next tip is to use Google Lens to help you understand an item or see what the origins are and to learn more about it. So you open up your Google app, you press that little camera button on the right side of the screen. I'll put this up on the screen so you can see. Take a picture of the item that you are thrifting, and Google will tell you all the like-minded or similar items, and this will really help you understand the value of something, what it's made out of, and if it's something you want to bring into your home for the era piece. Maybe something is more mid-century and you're going more cottagecore, so it's good to know the difference, and Google Lens has saved me so many times. The next tip is, even if you're not 100% about an object, I would say maybe you're like 50% sure, you're kind of on the fence, put that item in your cart, especially if it's a busier day at the thrift store. Put it in your cart. That just puts it on hold. It's just like if you were on Amazon and you put something in a virtual cart, it's the same thing at a thrift store. Just put it in your cart that you can always come back to it. But oftentimes if you put it down, there could be someone ready to swoop it up. Which leads me to our last tip, and that is to edit your cart. Did you know that a book goes through about 20 to 30 edits before it's even on a bookshelf at Barnes & Noble or in our hands? I think the same principle can be said for our thrift carts. Sometimes we pick things out because we are emotional about them or they pulled our heartstrings, but is it really something that you want in your home and you want it to invade your space. Am I going to care about this in 24 hours? Was this an emotional purchase? For me, I have to be careful when I see Hummels or Lawn and Burger baskets because my mom collected both of those with my grandmother. Do I need them in my home? Not necessarily, but when I see them, they bring me so much joy. And that leads me to our final mindset shift of this video. I'm so glad you've stuck around. And that's this. I can admire without the need to acquire. I can only speak for myself, right? But sometimes when I leave a thrift store with an empty cart, I'm like, man, I don't know if that was such a successful trip. And I can feel really down on myself. Finding beautiful items, again, cherry on top, but it's okay to leave the store with one item or no items. As long as you admired what you were looking at and you had joy at the thrift store, then that's a win. It's okay if you leave empty-handed with your heart full. So thank you all so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, you're going to love next week's, where I'm going to give you 10 more tips on how to get the most out of thrifting. Be sure to subscribe down below, and if you've stayed till the end of the video, comment Thrifting Ninja because you just earned your black belt in thrifting. Until next time, bye friends!